that time again. That's right. It is time for Side Jag, the show where staying on point is not the point. We talk about movies, we talk about food, we talk about whatever the hell we want, but we always have focus. Yeah, anyways, we're your hosts. I'm Dean, he's Rob, and we're here to have fun. Today, at some point during the show, we'll be talking about Buzz Lightyear, or Lightyear, just to be specific.
Right.
And we'll tell you what our thoughts on the show were, give you a little overview, and kind of hit the high points. But before we do that, Hifivega has been watching another show and didn't watch the other movie we were going to watch, which was Prey, which I watched, which was awesome. What have you been watching, man? What stole your soul?
Before we get into that, I need the chat's help.
Okay.
I was trying to tell Dean about a show that I remember from the 80s. This show has a guy. Oh, dude. It was the Bob Hart show.
Bob Newhart?
You
literally couldn't think of the Bob Newhart show.
I couldn't think of the Bob Newhart show. I don't need your help now, chat.
Jesus.
Just being here with you made me think of it.
The Bob Newhart.
That was an 80s show, right?
Yeah. Well, but that was two shows, because there was a show before that, and then it turned into the Bob Newhart show, and then at the last episode of the Bob Newhart show, they went back to the original show, and he woke up, so that the whole Bob Newhart show was a dream.
I remember
so that. Your brother Larry, my other brother Larry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, that was like sitcom gold.
Yeah.
I mean, that laid the way for Friends, Seinfeld, which has laid the way for everything else that's come after that. I don't think there's been anything as good as Seinfeld or Friends.
Yeah.
Since its inception, but I mean, we can all debate that depending on how you fall on either side of that. But those are solid shows. You can sit there and binge watch the shit out of Friends.
Oh yeah.
And you'll never be bored.
Yeah.
You get to the point where it's like, I can't watch it. I gotta go to
bed. Yeah. Because sitcoms are a whole different thing. Sitcoms are kind of dead today, in my opinion.
I don't know.
There's not great ones, so it's. I think the last one that I watched that I actually enjoyed was How I Met Your Mother.
Was that a sitcom though? That was more on the vein of Friends.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was. It's Friends reimagined.
Yeah.
I don't know. I grew up, watching the Roseanne Barr show and there again, Friends, Seinfeld, Friends, and
right.
And I just haven't. I just can't get back into TV that way. I watched Tool Time, with Tim Allen and whatever came on after that.
And I could never. I loved Home Improvement so much.
Yeah.
But would I watch that again today?
No. It's
I would never relevant. Watch it. Yeah, but no. I loved that show when it was out. Well, if an equivalent show come out now, I just don't think I'd watch it.
No, and he knows that. That's why he went and did the other thing, Last Man Standing or whatever it is.
And that show was kind of funny. I mean, it had funny moments, but I just
never watched it.
Care,
Urkel.
Yeah, exactly. But what I have been watching is good TV.
Okay.
People have been telling me since the show's been on, you got to watch this show. You got to watch it. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's like when you haven't watched Game of Thrones or you haven't watched Breaking Bad, and people keep telling you it's great.
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
Which is why I mentioned it. It can often be ruined because the level that you're expecting, the hype can ruin it.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that the hype was not wrong on Yellowstone. The show is great.
How many episodes is there?
There's 9 episodes in the first season. There's 4 seasons out now. The first episode's an hour and a half. And the first episode, I will tell you, while interesting, that it's the most boring episode because they're setting up the chessboard. Yeah. You need to know who's where, what they're doing. So you watch a movie before you get into the show. When you get into the show, it is it's Cowboy Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It is literally cowboy Game of Thrones. And like Game of Thrones, I don't like dragons and wizards and stuff like that. It's just not my thing. And it took me probably 8 times to watch that first episode before I finally got into Game of Thrones. And
Yeah.
this one, I didn't have that. I watched the first episode. I was like, I wonder what's going to happen. I got to watch the second one. And then slowly, boom, just been watching them every time.
Man,
Under
so
night
there's
show.
like 50 episodes you got to watch, man, or 40 episodes, at least 40
Right.
episodes, 30 some odd episodes. And then you got to go watch the new one, the 1980 or 1882 or whatever the hell
I
it
didn't
is.
even know about that until someone told me today. Oh yeah, man, when you get finished with that 1883, I was like, well, let's see. We'll see. Like, let's not get crazy here.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. My problem is if I don't catch a show like the first or second season,
Yeah,
like
it's
if we
hard.
get
It's
four,
hard to get into it after that. Like,
if we're 4 seasons deep, man, it's like, oh, I'm gonna really have to struggle with this.
right.
Like it's
As I did. It's
yeah,
been months that people tell me, years.
because I don't know. I look at Yellowstone and I think Dallas, but new. You know? And
It's
it's
much.
like
There's like, dude, I would say it's more Game of Thrones ish than Dallas because I mean, if you're looking for the nudity, they've got nudity, not Game of Thrones level nudity, but it's in there, right? If you're looking for the death and that's in there in spades. That is in there in spades. If you're looking for the betrayal, the political fighting between two things like Game of Thrones, it's in there. So it's cowboy Game of Thrones, and on top of that, they totally ripped off the Westworld intro.
Oh
If
yeah.
you watch their intro, like if you get time and you're just fooling around, do Westworld intro on YouTube, do Yellowstone intro on YouTube, and tell me that they didn't rip it off. Because I was just thinking that in my head. The first thing I Googled was, is Yellowstone's intro complete autofill a copy of Westworld? And it is so similar. The
Well, see,
music
that's
sounds the
not like
same.
Westworld, or Westworld's another one that it was like I read the book a lot, or I watched the original movie. I read part of the book, and when I was younger, and so it was like, oh, this looks good, and
the show is not. That's
well,
not a show.
I've never gotten into it because it was like there again. Now we're 3 or 4 seasons deep into it, and it's like I know how HBO does shit, and it's like I don't want I don't need every side jag,
Right.
They're taking this thing to the natural conclusion where they're just going to wipe out the planet. It's like, all right.
Yeah, that's where it's going. Like the first season of Westworld, I think is great. It slowly gets worse from there. And could I recommend someone ever watching Westworld that doesn't already have interest on it? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yellowstone, on the other hand, I think it's got a more broad appeal. Now, some people are just simply not going to like the cowboy stuff at all. And if you're
see, I know I don't think I'll get into the cowboy stuff at all.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's weird. I
mean, I like Clint Eastwood's cowboy shit, but I couldn't get past that. It was like anything outside of that, this is dumb.
Yeah. There's a lot of cowboy stuff in there. There is a lot of cowboy stuff, but it's also it's Game of Thrones. It's literally Game of Thrones.
Yeah, spot on, Rob. You're already losing interest in Westworld. Yeah. I did watch a series this weekend also.
Oh, what'd you watch?
Well, let me ask you this: how many episodes have you gotten into this? Are you out of the
I'm on the
second
season. Second episode.
So you got a full season in under your belt.
Right.
And you're like, I'm moving on. So
I'm in. Yeah.
All right. That's good. I mean, I'm looking for something, but I don't know if I can do 4 seasons.
So the Westworld, like I would say, probably like Haley and Sue, they're gonna dig it.
Well, they want to do Yellowstone.
They Yellowstone. That's what I meant. Yellowstone.
Yeah.
As a Dean show, I don't know. This is one that I don't know how you're gonna. I feel like you'd either love it or you're just like, I mean, whatever.
I get it. Yeah. And that's the problem. It's like, yeah. All right. So, a new show came out on Netflix this past week, which was Sandman, based on the comic book by the same name.
Oh.
10 episodes. It's about the Sandman, the guy who puts you to sleep at night. So,
right.
It's a comic book series, and it's based on what we would assume it's a family. So
Right.
you have him who's Dream, you have death, you have lust, you have guilt, and so that's their names. Their names are their
Yeah.
things, and their dominion is over mankind. And so he owned his place is, him being Dream. That's what they
Yeah.
call him. That's his name is Dream. He has his realm. So there's all these realms. And so when you dream, you go to his realm, and he's responsible for creating the dreams that you experience, the nightmares that you experience. So a third of your life is spent in his land. And it's 10 episodes.
Right.
Which they probably could have done 6 and made it a little bit more interesting. But where it starts and where it ends, wow. As a series, wow. Because you go on this journey through these 10 episodes, and you're like, wait a minute. Where we started, but the funny part is it all plays out. Meaning you're way over here in left field at the ending, but
You've seen the journey.
it all's connected. Like
Right.
it all leads to left field.
Right.
And you're just like, huh. Damn, okay. Because I mean, dude, if this was the line, they were walking like this. But the line got you to the end of the show, and you're like, oh man. So every little thing played into every other little thing, and it all ended up here. And it was like, oh damn, that was cool. And the characters are interesting. He's of course goth as shit. But and I watched the whole thing. So I watched all 10 episodes in one sitting. So I don't know what episode was what and what happened when and who did and what. I have no idea. All I know is I started and I went all 10 episodes.
Is this something that do you think is going to continue, or is it like a one-off?
Oh no, it's the comic book is still going. So I mean, it's one of those things where it was like this was probably a portion of the comic book, and it just moves on to the next thing. Right. So it was like, anyone watching Candy last weekend? No.
I don't even know what Candy is.
I don't either. But no, it's an interesting little. I enjoyed it. In the end, I was like, okay, that was cool. But there again, I could start it, finish it.
I like having. So I like that. I like the 10. That's one I'll add to my when I get tired of something or I need something fresh to try.
So one of the it's on on Hulu. I know what you're talking about, but I didn't like. I saw the preview for it because I was on Hulu because I watched Prey.
I did watch something that you did something's alley, so I'll finish after you.
So one thing I'll add about Sandman is it's totally worth watching. But what's intriguing, what intrigued me about the whole thing was just how they made the movie or how they made the series, because there's sections of it that are monologued,
right,
and there's sections that aren't monologued. And it's not, so they don't monologue through the whole thing. They just, and they're willing to monologue through a certain section and then just drop it. And like, you don't need it anymore. I was like, oh, that was,
you know what that reminds me of? Like Watchmen, the movie. They kind of did that a little bit.
They did that, but they needed to because they screwed that one up so bad. That was terrible. The comic book was so much better. But anyways, Sandman's cool. Like I said, I don't know like when the drop off is or when the excited. To me, it was go, and it was enjoyable throughout the whole thing. There was like maybe 2 parts in it that were like, why are we watching this? But in the end, it all made sense. So
that's a good one. Well, listen, I have one. Let me pitch you on this one.
Pitch me.
3 episodes.
Ooh,
documentary. 45 to 50 minutes each.
Okay.
Disaster, Woodstock 99.
Ooh.
Dude, it was a great 3 3-episode documentary
Okay.
of the rise and fall of Woodstock 99, everything that happened in between, how horribly ended, the people that were there, the newscasters that were there talking about it.
Was it
It was good.
like the Van Dutch type thing where it was just like, you know,
Right.
the rise and fall of
Rep.
just stupid shit? Oh.
Yes.
What is it on?
It is on Netflix.
Okay.
And it is very good. It's worth your 3 episodes.
Well, I love
And,
music documentaries, so and it's
yeah.
3 episodes, so like
And it gives you a piece of that, because you forget that like Korn and Limp Bizkit were some of the biggest bands in the world at
oh
that
yeah.
time. And it's just like I know because I lived there, but I forgot. I forgot how popular they were. And like some of the stuff that happens with the
I did it
crowd,
all for the nookie.
they did it all for the nookie and
Chocolate starfish, baby.
yeah, that $7 water. They a little snippet of it. They stopped them from bringing in waters. They're all camping, right? It's Woodstock.
Yeah.
Stopped them from bringing in waters. They sold the vendors exclusive access to vend. That means no one can bring food or water in.
Yeah.
You can see where this is going to go.
People are going to starve.
People are going to starve. Not enough security. The bathroom situation was horrible, and people were playing in shit mud.
I remember some of that,
Yeah.
like in some of the other documentaries. All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I got to be careful because I just so I started watching Sandman at like 4 in the afternoon, maybe 3 in the afternoon.
Lost the whole day.
And so then it went to like 1 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And the girls were there for most of it. And Sue was just like, are we going to watch this all day? I'm like, I've done all my work for the day. So, if you need us to do something else, by all means, pipe up. Because if not, I'm just going to sit here and binge watch this. But if we have something to do, I will gladly do it.
Yeah.
So I'll have to sneak that in, like, when no one is paying attention.
And that's how I watch this documentary. So if I come home from work and I'm not working on video, which this week I was like, you know what, I'm not feeling like it working on video.
It's understandable. I mean, you got
I seen that documentary. I was like, hey, 99, that's like my time.
Yeah.
The year I graduated high school, and we just
wow.
Yeah, 99,
I was done
man.
Way before then.
I know.
That just pains me. That means I'm gonna have a nightmare tonight. That going back to school dream. Like, I've already graduated. Be naked, though? Oh, you got to do it all over again. No, I'm done,
dude. No. I thought I was. I guess everyone has that dream. I've had that dream so many times. It's like,
no, I've already graduated. I'm already done. I got my paper.
Yeah,
no, you got to come back and finish.
Like, I'm just gonna be dumb. Like, skip it out. Need a job.
I've already done this before. We've all already done this. This is some weird parallel universe of shit.
Right.
Okay. We're in the multiverse now. We're dreaming somebody else's life. This is dumb. They were dumb.
I had one more show that I watched. And I don't know where you would land on it.
Me too, Berg.
What do you have?
No, he
1990.
Graduated in 1990. That's when I graduated. It's a great year.
70s babies. But I watched. Do you have any interest in DB Cooper?
Okay,
the guy that hijacked.
Right?
The guy that hijacked an airplane in the 70s.
Yes.
Never caught him.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I watched the trailer for that, and I was like, that's what made me watch Sandman, because I watched the trailer for that. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that I didn't want to watch it. I was like, which one is more my speed? I wasn't in the
right.
I wanted fake shit, not real
right.
shit. So I watched the trailer for that, and I was like,
you were on the fence.
Good.
Let's see.
That one looks good. So did you watch it?
I watched it, and this is like the DB Cooper story that most people think of now. Is people looking for the lost treasure, right?
Yeah.
So this is that, but the people that are looking for the treasure and doing things, this is a documentary crew watching what these idiots are doing and saying, what, like, is this guy like breaking the law trying to get this done? And he's accusing people, and they're kind of breaking down the people, like the main guy, I can't remember his name, that's looking for DB Cooper, making TV shows. They're kind of not his documentary crew, but following him around as a documentary
Okay.
that he didn't know was going to be made like this.
Oh.
So they kind of go. You got both ends. Actually, you got the people that love it that are saying, yeah, this happened, and you got people like, oh, these guys are all idiots. So you get to hear from both sides
Oh, very
of the
nice.
tale,
I like
and they
that.
kind of analyze the people that they think might be involved, and they do the red lines and the push pins, and
Oh, very cool.
but you get to see it through the lens of them watching someone else do it.
I mean, it looked interesting.
Yeah.
I was intrigued, but then I saw Sandman, and that was it.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's a squirrel. Squirrel got you. Like, yeah, it's shiny.
yeah. Oh no, it was shiny as shit.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, intrigue. Comic book stuff. Ooh, I'm in. Magical powers.
Magical powers. Yeah.
That's a good one. And you know who played the devil? So Lucifer Morningstar is in this, and it's it is the Bree of Tar from Game of Thrones, the tall blonde.
Oh yeah,
she plays
also Captain Phasma.
Yes,
she plays it.
So she plays Lucifer Morningstar, and they're really. You don't know if she's playing the female or if she's playing
it's
a male.
like a gender bender type situation.
So because he's supposed they refer to him as he. Yeah. He's supposed to be the most handsome, pretty angel, blah blah blah, and then she's standing there, and you're like,
what's
and they patted her, they pat her up, so you're just like,
that's a throwback. I wonder who doesn't know It's Pat in the chat. If you don't know what It's Pat is in the chat, let us know. You're too young to be watching this if you don't.
So anyway, so that was cool. That was cool. And then there was so this was weird too. There's a battle scene in that you have to watch, and you think, oh, the devil and Dream are gonna battle.
Yeah.
How they did the battle was like, oh shit, that was cool.
Yeah.
So I won't give it away, but it was really cool. All right, so Lightyear. This is Pixar. So the premise behind Lightyear, for those of you guys that didn't watch or don't understand, is this is supposed to be the movie that Andy watched before he got his Buzz Lightyear toy. So this is like us as kids when we watched like Star Wars or whatever, insert old movie here, then we got the toy and we played with it and we played all the action scenes out with our toys. So this is the movie that he went and saw, and that got him so excited about Buzz Lightyear. They're finally giving us this movie. So it's not necessarily has anything to do with Toy Story. It is just the movie that got him excited as a kid to want to play with a Buzz Lightyear doll. So that's where this movie opens. So we don't know any of this. It's just there's a disclaimer that says that at the beginning. And so now we're supposed to sit back and watch Star Wars as it was for Andy. And here we go. So
should we cover the controversies first, or
there's controversies?
There's two. There's two controversies.
Give me the two controversies.
So the first one's ridiculous, one's understandable. The first one was, why isn't Tim Allen the voice? Tim Allen himself spoke out about it and said that, hey, this is not Buzz Lightyear, the toy. This is Lightyear. This is something different. They said they had talked about this before, but not like this. And then he was like, yeah, Chris Evans, whatever, he full blessing, Chris Evans, do his thing. First controversy. I can understand people getting upset because they don't understand the disclaimer you had to give them at the beginning of this.
Right.
Second one was a 2-second kiss between the what's her name?
Yeah,
the main space
captain,
ranger,
the girl,
and her girlfriend that she finds out.
That was controversy.
They were not showing it in movie theaters because of this. I didn't know this.
So
I was like,
to me, the controversy in all of it was the reveal of who Zurg was.
Right.
That was the controversy. Right. Screw that. That was the controversy. The controversy was like, no, I'm you. It's like, no, you're supposed to be my father. And even jokes about it. He goes, Dad. It's like,
Yeah.
no. And I'm like, no, yes, it's supposed to be his dad. We've all seen Toy Story 2 when he goes, no, I'm your father. And you're like, oh, he totally Star Wars that shit, you
Yeah.
know? And you're like,
Mhm.
oh, wait, no. So Zurg, this person we're supposed to hate this whole time, is an older, crazier Buzz Lightyear?
Well, and what's
Ah,
crazy, the craziest part is we didn't even see Zurg until halfway through the movie or farther.
well, okay. So, you know what? Give me your, what, okay, what did you think of this movie?
I loved him. I loved the movie. I thought it was great. I
Okay.
thought it because I thought it's just a fun story. It's not if you're comparing it to Toy Story, that's a totally different thing.
No, no, no.
To me, it's a fun story. It's a Star Wars story, like you said. They're showing Buzz Lightyear as a real person,
Right.
a cartoon character, real person that goes through his trials and tribulations of being a space ranger. He messes something up, spends his entire life and the entire life of all his friends trying to fix that mistake, only to learn that fixing that mistake does not make him a good guy. It makes him a bad guy. And he doesn't learn that until Zurg shows him that he is Buzz Lightyear.
So that's a great, like, I'm sure that's what was on the whiteboard and roped everyone into to making
Yeah.
this movie. But I watched the movie with a 3-year-old. Okay. And so I saw it from the eyes of a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And the 3-year-old at the beginning of the movie was like, this is awesome. You know, giant things and shooting and spaceships and awesome. And then the movie really stupid. He takes off in that ship. The kid's on board. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Comes back. It's 4 years later. Kid's like, what? And then he keeps doing it. And these people keep getting older. And that whole age sequence scene, kid has no idea what's going on. No idea what's going on.
Listen, it's not for that kid.
It's not for the 3-year-old?
Yeah, it's not for the 3-year-old.
Okay, so then the 23-year-old kid that was watching the movie comes to me after and goes, I want to know what you thought about Buzz Lightyear. And I said it was stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid. It was just the dumbest freaking movie ever. And, you know, and she goes, okay, that's how I felt, but I don't understand what the hell was going on. I go, well, first off, do you understand time travel? And she goes, no, I don't understand time. I couldn't understand how any of this was possible. So then I have to explain time travel to her. She's like, wait, what? And I'm like, okay, so now a 5 to 10-year-old is supposed to watch this and know what the fuck happened. No, not a chance. Like, they just said, that was cool. He went on a ship and he went fast. That was so cool. You know, so that's all Andy saw was that and there again, they could have made, but there was nothing about this movie that made Buzz Lightyear like when we saw Star Wars, we all wanted to be Han Solo, right? Like Han Solo was the coolest guy in the world. And then you had the one dude that wanted to be Luke Skywalker, and you're like, whatever, fag. You know? And oh yeah, you can be Luke Skywalker. I'm gonna be Han Solo. Who wants to be the Wookiee? Okay, anyways, I'm gonna be Han, and we all loved Han Solo. Okay.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear was a chump. He was a chump in this. He was like
on purpose.
Yeah. And it was like, wait a minute. If I'm a kid, I'm not like, I don't want to be Buzz Lightyear. I want to be that girl. That girl was badass. Hell, I want to be Zurg. He had cool shit. You know, he had robots. I don't want to be Buzz. Buzz was a chump. You know.
Well,
now, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think this movie is meant for the people that watched Toy Story when it was out in the theaters. They've grown up. They've watched.
Yeah, but they were all pissed because when he says, no, I'm Buzz Lightyear, it's like, no, you're not. You're supposed to be his dad.
Yeah.
What kind of dumb shit is this? You know?
Well, listen, how do you land on Interstellar?
It's Christopher Nolan.
See, this explains. Like, if you have any.
Oh, no, this Buzz Lightyear was written by Christopher Nolan. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Because it was like, this is a Christopher Nolan movie.
It is, and that's why I liked it, because I loved Interstellar as well.
I didn't hate Interstellar. I liked the actors that were in Interstellar, so I sat through it twice because I liked both of those characters. But I also just hate anything Christopher Nolan does because he manages to just not give us what we're looking for and drag us along through the whole thing.
Dunkirk.
Yes, all of it. It's all stupid.
Dunkirk sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we watch this movie, and the whole time I'm waiting for, if I'm a kid, why would I want to own this toy? And there was nothing in this movie that made me want to own this toy other than maybe the cool spaceships.
Yeah.
The cat, I wanted to own the cat because the cat was cool.
Like, yeah, the cat was awesome.
Badass.
Yeah.
But Buzz was just stupid, and
he was a real person. He wasn't.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
They made him a real person. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, and I've watched the cartoons when those were on. Like I watched all of the Buzz Lightyear cartoons, and in all those cartoons, there again, he's Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Come with me, and I will take you. It's like, sucks. Now, what I did enjoy about the movie was, Jesus Christ, Pixar is like, dude, this was like watching a real, like, live action movie with cartoon characters. Oh my God. They are so good. I was blown away. That's why that was the other thing that pissed me off, because I was like, I want to watch this again. I can't watch it again. Because the dude, I'm like, holy shit, they are so on point with this.
Yeah.
It's sick. Like, it was a gorgeous movie. Just like, they should win every Academy Award except like your plot sucked. And there again, it wasn't like the acting was bad. Like, Chris Evans did a great job. Tito Waititi did a great job. The old lady was like, all the characters were great. The story sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked the story. It just, I think if you're looking through the vision of like, this is for kids, then yeah, it sucked. It's not Star Wars
but that's who it's for. We're trying to get the kids back into it. Like, hey, Toy Story is way down the line now. Let's revisit this Buzz Lightyear character that we have.
I don't think they're trying to get the kids. I don't even think they're trying to merchandise it. Because guess what? Kids can't buy a movie ticket.
Well, I can.
But their parents will damn sure drag you to. Like, listen, how many Kiss concerts did you drag Haley to before she loved them?
Or did she drag her in? She dragged me to 2.
She dragged you. Okay. Well, see,
she was the one that called me, dude, guess who's coming? I'm like, oh, fuck, this is going to cost me money.
Well, see, what happens is, like, the parents have money, so whatever they loved as a child.
Yes. Oh, no, I get it.
The kids will get dragged.
As an adult, I'm watching it, and I'm not rewarded. I was like, I've seen this before. This is stupid. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. This is a Christopher Nolan movie. Oh, we lost 4 years because I've been on the ship alone for 4 years.
Yeah.
What?
And
we're only gone for 30 minutes.
They totally like dumbed it down where it's like, yeah, that's not. Yeah.
I just
that part of it was like, yeah, okay.
I don't. And there again, I don't. I know why they did it, because they were trying to like make the point of, like you said, like, life has happened. Why he's trying to fix the problem.
Yeah.
And that's great, but it's also not great because this kid is watching going, what is going on? What is this? What is time travel? Can we do this? Is this possible? And then why are they trying to arrest him? And who's this crazy? Wait, what? He's bad now? Wait, who's this guy that looks like his dad? That's not his dad. And wait, he went back and so, wait, and then if we get the one smart kid that goes, wait a minute, why didn't he just go back in time to where he screwed up?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he have to come to this point to get this guy? Oh, because there's crystals. Well, no, it wouldn't matter, because that's like it to go from here to here to there, it would have been the same crystal thing. It's like
that's the only part I didn't like was when it turned out. I liked that it was him, but then they have to explain the whole thing. I thought it was cool. It's like, oh, it's him. He's the bad guy. Only because that's the tale of it's a hero story. It's a hero story that is a reluctant hero and he doesn't realize until basically it's almost too late.
Yeah.
Next week then.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, this was stupid. I was so disappointed. I mean, because it was so visually gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's like, you suck.
Though they had some funny gags in there. You know.
Oh no, and there again, there was.
Yeah.
Listen, man, they had one-liners in it. There was. There are certain points of the like you could re-edit this and pull some shit out, and it would be a great movie. And we'd all be like, "Oh yeah, why don't we do that?"
I think I wouldn't have liked it as much if it was like a legit kids movie, because that's the only way I'll watch cartoons if it's not for kids.
Well, there again, it was fine if it's not, but the whole time travel part of it was dumb.
Yeah.
It was so dumb. It was so dumb. It's like, I went so far into the future, I just found this ship.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I figured out how to travel back in time.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you figure that out? You're like a space ranger, not a scientist. Oh, your cat helped you.
The cat figured it out.
The cat figured it out. That's what happened. The cat figured it out. Yeah. Okay. Screw that. Yeah. And when the cat. You knew the cat, and that was like when he threw the softball to the cat. Hey, if you could figure this out while I'm gone, figure that out. And it's like,
right.
Comes back, and the cat's like, hey, I figured this out. And I was like, and then what's the slushy machine that makes crystals? Like, that was the best they could come up with. Right. They have some kind of galactic slushy machine. And you're like,
have you watched Rick and Morty?
Of course.
This was Rick and Morty as hell. It was Rick and Morty as hell.
Good. Because Rick would have either died in the end and came back, like, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, Rick and Morty, nah, man. No, there was no Rick and Morty in this at all.
There was a lot of Rick and Morty. G-rated Rick and Morty, man. It happened. Dude, time dilation, traveling.
It's Rick and Morty, so
freaking milkshakes. Yeah.
I mean, dude, hey, Rick and Morty's the shit. So that's.
Will you eat your sandwiches, meat, bread, meat?
No, that was disgusting.
Yeah, I know that was.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Why would that's? But it's funny that you mentioned that, because remember when Taco Bell made the chicken sandwich?
KFC.
KFC chicken sandwich.
The chicken was the bun and bacon in the middle.
Oh, that was gross.
I tried it. It wasn't that good. You know how it was good?
What?
They switched it and they put just one piece of that same chicken with the bacon and the sauce on a bun.
Yeah, it was good. Would be good.
Then it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, because you took one bite of that and you're like, all right, I've had enough.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need any more of this, whatever this is.
I tried it, but it was not.
Oh yeah,
of
course you tried it. I mean, you have to try it. It's yeah. Did you get a new Mexican pizza now that they're back?
No, I didn't. I tried to. We actually went to Taco Bell, and I was like, I'm gonna get a Mexican pizza. And
my light is just.
What happened? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's just being a bitch.
They were sold out.
I'm like, wait, how? Okay, never mind.
Like, it's just tortilla shells, and then the stuff you put in all the other burritos.
So my friend works at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Okay. And he was telling me, like, they had one employee, because they gotta make the crunchy pieces. They have to make those.
Okay.
So literally, they had one employee just sitting there all night, all day, just making those. So that's why they run out, because once the bag's empty,
they're done. That sucks. I hate that. It's like McDonald's, how they went. They're like, you know what? We're gonna do all day breakfast. And I was like, guess what, McDonald's? Now I like you again, because that's the only thing I like. I like McDonald's fries, McDonald's Coke, and their breakfast menu.
Yes.
And then they took that away, and it's like, you know what, McDonald's, I don't like you anymore again because you took it away.
Well, speaking of McDonald's, supposedly they're bringing back the breakfast bagel.
Ooh, they used to do steak in those bagels.
Yes, steak, and that's when I ate red meat. So I had the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, and it was my favorite breakfast sandwich. Was because it wasn't steak.
You're right.
I don't know.
You know what else is good from them? Just the bagel and cream cheese. I would get that quite often from them. But you gotta of course, if you like cream cheese,
I don't like cream cheese.
Good. Yeah, so
Haley likes cream cheese. I don't like cream cheese.
You just have to put butter and jam on yours.
Just butter, just straight butter, just straight butter. Warm it up in the microwave. So looking at Buzz Lightyear, we've definitely, this is one of those movies where you thought it was great and good, and you really enjoyed it, and I thought it sucked ass and should just be buried in the backyard. What?
I want to hear this.
No, he liked it.
I know, but I wanted to hear what you were gonna say.
I think it sucked ass.
Me and Mama just talking about it. I need you to explain time travel to her.
Okay, I'll after the show, I'll explain time travel to her.
Yeah.
I said, get ready for your mind to be effed.
Hi, Haley.
That's funny.
Hi.
Yeah, all right. Well, I've got my homework. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. All right.
3-year-old mind blown. Like what?
Yeah, 3-year-old just going, bro, let me sit you down and explain this to you.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Could you change my Pampers first? Yeah.
Every
okay.
every time he does the loop, it's 4 years.
Yeah, why is
That's
that?
how it works. He's going through a time dilation and
Yeah,
me
the
get the-
gravitational field of this.
yeah.
And, yeah. We all watched Interstellar. We know how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Every minute we're here is 20 years and wherever.
I
the
get
hell
all
you're
my
at,
science from movies, so
yeah.
I just believe whatever they say.
Damn, bloopers real at Dean's house.
That's
hey
funny.
man, the boring life, baby. It's
Yeah.
why we do it. Yeah. So that's where we stand on that. In there again, I kind of figured we would. I think it should win. I think it should win a ton of awards for everything they did. Actors were great. The voice was on point. I thought the story sucked, and that's what killed it for me. You like the story, so that's just what happens. You know, it's one of those things.
That's life. That's how it works.
It is life. Yeah, it's kind of sad. You know, it's funny. I don't watch as much. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, when do you get time?" So like, I don't watch as much TV. Like during, like, you know how you said you get to watch TV and whatnot. I don't get to do that because I've found that if I don't turn the TV on at night when I'm editing, I get done editing a lot quicker. I'm like, oh. So that's kind of killed.
And almost all my TV is watched. We got a 1 to 2 hour window maximum when we go to sleep. And then me and Cassie watch a show. We have to decide on what show we're both going to watch, and then we watch that.
Ask Haley what snack she's into now. Yeah. So I can tell you right now, she's going through finals.
Yeah.
Because I was told this morning when I was like, "Hey," she's, "Dad, it's finals week. Going through finals."
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm off next week. I said, "Oh, well, I have things for you to do then."
I have a plan.
She goes, "No, you don't." Yeah, you got to get to editing. Yeah.
What food? Let's do some food talk.
Yes.
Have you ever tried deep fried peanuts?
Like deep fried peanuts or boiled peanuts?
Deep fried peanuts.
So to be fair, I'm not a peanut person per se.
Right.
I eat there again. Hi, I'm Dean. I eat peanuts strictly for the protein.
Yeah.
And all the other crap that they give you, and I get unsalted, nasty peanuts.
No.
Yes.
Unsalted? No.
Yes. So I eat them strictly for the nutritional energy that they release throughout the day. So Sue loves boiled peanuts.
I hate boiled peanuts. And so what got me is I like Cajun flavored things. Cajun flavored deep fried peanuts.
Yes.
It says on the bag, eat them shell and all.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking, let me try one. No, it's just like eating a shell on a regular peanut. You would never do
disgusting.
it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's doing that, first of all.
It's like wood.
Yeah. We went to like a beef jerky place that had, it's just a beef jerky shop. They had these peanuts. They had like alligator jerky. They had every jerky. Anaconda
so it's like going
jerky.
to Buc-ee's.
Right. They have like every different kind of jerky you could think of. And if you want tough jerky, do you want tender jerky? Do you want somewhere in between? They have everything. So Cassie's a jerky aficionado. So she's in there getting a candy store. I pick up the peanuts, bring them.
Okay.
So I see all this seasoning, like, yeah, these are going to be great. Crack them open. Dude, it's like an unsalted peanut in there. It's nothing, no flavor.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this will not stand. I don't like this. So
and that's why I was like, oh, that just sounds gross.
Yeah.
You know? It's like when I get a chicken. It's I always laugh when I get a chicken from the store, and I'll have like Sue. I'll say, pick me up a rotisserie chicken. She said, what flavor do you want? I said, I don't care. She's like, why? because I'm just peeling the skin off anyways.
Yeah.
So all the flavor is on the skin that's going in
Yeah.
the trash.
Oh,
I just
dude,
need
the
the meat.
skin's the
It all
best
tastes
part.
the same. I know, but
Yeah.
again, hi, I'm Dean.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I love
like this.
rotisserie chickens.
I notice when Dean is talking, I get nothing done. Damn you. I can monologue the shit out of things. Yeah, no, like, yes, like, okay, so Publix has this mojo, whatever St. Louis sauce that they have, or flavoring that they have now for their chicken wings.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fabulous. Well, then they'll put it on their chicken, and I'll be like, that's a waste, because
Yeah.
that's the first thing I do when I get a rotisserie
Take it
chicken. I
off.
just strip the skin off, and I debone it, and then it just goes in a Tupperware dish, and that's the chicken that I use throughout the week.
Well, see, if they're doing it right, they're like putting it under the skin.
They're not doing any of that crap.
Rotisserie chickens are good, anyways, because the
Oh,
way
yeah,
that they
they're
cook them,
fabulous.
they're juicy and
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
good.
they're yummy. They're yummy all week, so that's what makes it good. I have a cool side jag. Have to get kids to bed. Oh, dude. Like, okay, so isn't that a wonderful feeling? Like, how long have the kids been out of school for? Like 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know, isn't it great when you got to hear these guys at work be like, "Oh, kids start school next week," and you're like, "Oh,
Sorry.
mine don't.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with this shit anymore." Of course.
Or I got to go to a T-ball game. I got to go to here, but like, guess where I'm going? I'm going home.
Yeah, nowhere.
And I'm probably going to watch like a DB Cooper documentary. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. So it was, so Fernando's son started school this week. So Tuesday, everyone had Meet the Parent Day, and Haley and Sue are going to be taking the kid that Sue babysits to school, the 3-year-old that I got to watch Buzz Lightyear with, because he starts preschool.
Yeah.
And so Wednesday was like touch and go day, because it's like his first day of preschool, aftercare, taking him to the new place, and like all this, so it's like they were like shadowing this kid around the city as he's moving around, and I'm just like, what the hell? It was crazy. And she took a video, like Sue had to go make sure that he got from the school to where he's going, because they were nervous about that. So she just like parked in the parking lot and then was like, filming it. And, you see this little kid getting out, and, he's going into the after school care, and you're just like, oh man, I felt sad, because I was like, man, there's this little 3.5-year-old kid, and it's just like his life is over. Like, he just doesn't know it yet,
Yeah.
He just doesn't know it's over.
You're stuck here till you're 18, bro. This is your whole life.
It's
this
like,
is your job.
Welcome to your job for the next.
And then whenever you leave that job, they
years.
make you do more work when you get home.
Yes. It never ends. It never ends. It's so sad. It's so sad. It just kind of pulled at my heartstring.
When I have grandkids, I feel sorry, because Bailey is going to have that kid so damn weird. This Boo, this is probably like the most unique dog I've ever met in my life. And it's because of Bailey. Like, Bailey literally would torture that dog for 8 hours a day. Not like physically torture him, but just bug her, do weird shit.
Play with me.
Yeah.
Play with me. Yeah.
Or just hold her upside down. Whatever it was.
Yeah. We don't have pets.
Yeah.
We don't have pets.
Yeah.
We had a fish. It was as exciting as it got.
So I can imagine how weird that kid's going to be. So
you never know, though. They when it's their own, they get kind of strange sometimes. So it's like,
I've already laid the groundwork. I'm not going to any ball games. I'm not doing any ball. Like, if I show up, it's going to be a treat.
Oh,
like, oh, Grandpa showed up. You know why? Because I went to every single ball game both of them had their whole life. Their whole life. So, like, I'm passing the torch to them. You have kids. Hey, it's your responsibility. If I show up, it's like a treat. And if they suck at sports, then I'm probably never showing up.
Yeah, but man, you're gonna miss out on the pretzels.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I've had enough pretzels and food inside of a convention center in Dallas, in all over the country, Orlando. Indianapolis,
Yeah.
and where all they have is nachos and pretzels. I got to where I would bring an ice chest and put regular sandwiches in there so I could eat something regular.
It's funny, all these conventions we go to, I have never had the nachos or a pretzel.
Have you not?
Ah,
You're
never.
lucky, man. You're lucky.
I may have had a pretzel once.
Yeah.
Once, but we just never think about it.
No.
Just never think about it. And you'll
They're
see
never
these guys.
good.
No, and it's funny because you'll see these guys walking around with them and just look at it and go, "Oh, that looks so bad." Like that just screams of like, I'll be pooping my brains out for hours.
And
these guys over there going, "Hey man, you want to get on this?"
No,
And
no,
you're going, "No,
I don't want that cheese. I don't want that pretzel. I damn sure don't want it on nachos.
Oh,
I can't. We've done so much where like I was ill prepared sometimes, and we didn't bring nothing or didn't have time to stop by the store. So now I'm stuck eating out of there all day. And it's either you're gonna pay maybe $1 million to get a pork sandwich, or you're gonna eat nachos and a pretzel.
Red Hots with onions and peppers at Yankee stadiums are the bomb. Now, okay, so to be fair, Ash, I agree with you at that. Like that's part of the experience of stadium. When I go to a stadium, I'm looking to have stadium food. I'm going to pay for it, but that's part of the experience. What he's talking about is
being held hostage.
Yes, yeah, it's totally different. Like because whatever happens this weekend is going to happen next weekend and the weekend after that.
Captive audience. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we're good. Hi, Haley.
Hello. Teach us about time dilation, please.
Oh, she's an expert now. Dude, one night we sat there and we had to she wanted to understand the whole Skywalker clan, so to speak, and how it was like doing a family tree of how Star Wars worked.
Yeah.
And like, dude, she's writing this all out, who's who, what's what, with how this character, and I mean, it was freaking hilarious. And she wrote it all down, and
I could imagine like a pin board with red string, and you're over here doing this, and Haley's sitting in the
that would have been
like
easier.
The school desk.
That would have been easier. But no, she's really good. I mean, she's probably 20 when we did it. So yeah. But she's like, I don't understand this. Why is this? And then had to write the whole thing down. Still don't get it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Bailey, she lives away from the house, but she's over all the time. She can't.
Of course.
So when she's over here, obviously, like I can't just let her sit there and not be tortured some way. So we're sitting there. We just got through eating. We have a squirt bottle for Boo when she barks too much and she's not supposed to. Okay. You hit her with 1 or 2 squirts and she's like, okay, I'm gonna stop. Well, Bailey's sitting there playing her phone, watching TikTok. Blast her straight in the face, across the room.
Oh,
hit her with the 1. She just shocked. Why would you do that? And
it sounds totally like what Haley would say. And then she'd get up and she'd punch you.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And then I told Cassie, I was like, hold her down. I was like, I'm a tickler. She's like, I'm not gonna face the wrath of Bailey. She's like, you're on your own, bud. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Will you stop?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Dad. Nah.
Yeah. No. This is what I have to do. This is what I was born to do.
There's no zip ties in our family tree. We actually have. So I keep telling Fernando, I said, listen, man, start working on your family tree. He's like, why? I said, because you're going to have to do at least 2 of them over the 12 years he's in school. And he's like, nah, man. I'm like, dude, they're literally right behind this area. Right, I have 2 giant fold out 3x of 2 different family trees we had to do. One is more in depth than the other because it was like only go back so far. Yeah. But dude, that was like a whole week long at the full. Everyone, we need to phone friends. We need to, phone the family relatives, search the internet. Oh my God, it was just pure freaking torture.
I hate those. And then Bailey she got in a kick where she was like in journalist stuff.
Yeah.
And then so she's like, well, I'll do video. I was like, yeah, I can do video. It's like, no, but like a serious video. Like, well, I mean, have you ever seen my videos? I can't do a serious video. Like, this. Yeah.
All right. So what are we watching next week? Are we going to do Pray for next week?
Pray. Yeah.
Pray for next week. Pray. So for those of
Pray
you guys
for
that
us.
haven't, it's on Hulu. It is part 5 of the Predator series. So if you're a fan of Predator, this is essentially Predator 1. So this is the first trip the Predator makes to Earth. I'll leave it at that. I won't give my opinion. It's awesome.
I've already heard there's controversies about this one as well.
Really?
Yeah. I was reading. I was doing a little. Believe it or not, I actually do a tiniest bit of research when we watch these.
I don't. I just watch them.
Yeah.
Because I figure it's just whatever,
Yeah.
I mean, I could see the controversy about Buzz, like when, there you go, right, William? It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again. So, like, because I remember when they kissed, Haley goes, "Damn, Disney."
Why do I hear that in Haley's voice?
Oh, yeah.
When you say
totally,
that?
man. Totally.
I've been watching too much Boring Life.
Yeah. She just let that out of the room, and I was just like, because I was sitting there going, really? They're gonna do that? All right, cool. I mean, way to go, Disney. Because I mean, here in Florida, there's a large controversy about Disney and our governor and their and it's not going well. So for all you guys that are DeSantos fans and you're questionable in your likes of your sexual boundaries, I can tell you right now, he might not be your guy. He might not be your guy. Or if you know anyone that, and they're your friends, he's not going to be their guy either. So, so there's some really shady shit going on between the governor and Disney as far as what he's trying to do to them. And I just feel bad for everyone that lives around Disney. Because it's not going to go well for them. Disney will be fine.
When two giants are at war and you're just a piano between.
But that's the thing, though. It's not really two giants.
Well, because the state of Florida.
Well, yeah, but he's the governor. Okay, he's not the state of Florida. Disney has been there for a lot longer and will be there a lot longer after this guy is gone. So, it's like.
Well, Florida's a swing state, so it could go either way.
Oh, not anymore. You can't be a swing state because you get in trouble. He's not your guy. He's not your guy. If you're a swinger, he's not your guy.
Yeah.
There again, not in politics. I don't give a shit. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
just
I hate all politicians.
It's just here, and you're like, go watch Buzz Lightyear.
Listen, as we sign out, let me pitch you on the most. I watched the show one episode. This is the most non-Dean show ever, but I liked it. It was funny because imagine Foot Fist Way.
Oh God.
Fold the cringiness, the awkward, the awkwardness. Fold that over 5 times, and you have this show. Have you ever seen Nathan For You?
Mm-mm.
The premise of that show is a guy, Nathan Fielder. Mm-hmm. He has a degree from somewhere in Canada, a business degree.
Okay.
And this is his premise. He's helping people fix their business. The whole show, he's telling them the dumbest shit. And like they're giving him money to do the dumbest shit. And these are real people.
Okay.
Supposedly real people. It seems real. Like, we're going to make your business better by selling farts. It could be anything. Or the ice cream thing. They had an ice cream shop that he would try to make better by selling awful, like, as in the flavor of like awful food,
I think that actually worked. They have one of those at Disney.
Yeah. Well, see, he done that, and it's just ridiculous stuff. So he's got a new show on HBO called I wrote it down. Let me see. I have to remember. The Rehearsal.
Okay.
So he takes people that have a regret in their life, and they want to get with the people and tell them the regret, or they want to resolve the issue.
Okay.
The dude's super dry humor, super awkward. Every aspect of what he does is awkward. So that plays in all this. He's in there and he's trying to help them. The way he does this is this guy, the first guy's a college guy, or he lied about his college to his friends on his trivia team.
Okay.
He said he had a master's, he has a bachelor's. And he wants to tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Nathan For You takes his whole budget, recreates this guy's house penny for penny. If there's a penny over here, this place he recreates in soundstage has a penny.
Okay.
He done this because under the guise of there was a company come to fix his gas pipes. They 3D scanned his whole house.
Okay.
Right? Nathan, this whole time before he even met this guy, hired an actor to play this guy. This guy had his profile and all this.
Okay.
And he had this conversation over 100 times with the actor. So he knew how to talk to this guy.
Okay.
His plan for this guy to do that is to recreate a bar that this guy plays trivia in. Like there's a crooked picture in the bar.
Yeah.
There's a crooked picture. Everything's exactly. There's a balloon stuck, a helium balloon stuck. He puts one up there. They even do pizzas.
Okay.
And they have this dude go through with the actors that he paid to play all his friends. And it's just it's so awkward, ridiculous.
It sounds so stupid.
Dude, it is stupid. But they switch from, like, he's talking to the real person. And then, he had done this 100 times with the actor. So they'll cut to the actor, to the real person, to the actor, like it's one whole thing.
Right.
And then I didn't notice that at first. I was like, oh, I can't believe that dude said that. And then Kat's like, no, that's the actor. I said, no, it's not. She's like, rewind it. I said, no, it's not the actor. Rewind it. Yeah. They're cutting from real guy, actor, real guy, actor, real guy, actor.
Yeah, you had me. It sounds terrible.
You should never watch it. It's definitely not Dean.
Yeah. No, that sounds terrible. That sounds really bad. But it sounds interesting, and I'll pass it along to Haley.
Yeah, I don't even think. It's
not like Snowflake Island.
Yeah. Did she watch it all though?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
All right.
Yeah, Rob went wrong by starting with it's a non-Dean show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a non-Dean show. I think you had me at Woodstock. Let's stick.
Yeah,
with
the Woodstock. Yeah,
check out
Woodstock.
The Woodstock.
Yeah.
So we got the Woodstock. We're gonna watch Prey. I'm not saying I won't give Yellowstone a chance. See, here's what'll happen. This is what'll happen is I'll start watching Woodstock. The girls will want to watch it with me, and then it'll just get confusing because they're like, "Hey, we're gonna watch," and I gotta work, and then they'll just go off without me. So, which is fine with. I'm fine with. I would prefer them to watch Yellowstone, and I can just pop in, like I do with everything else they watch, where I can watch like 10 minutes of it and just kind of like fast forward through it.
And they could fill the gaps.
Oh, there you go. Haley watched it.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what you should do. Have them start watching it, and then you just watch it casually as they are, and they can tell you, like, yeah, this dude is, supposed to be a good guy, and they're all bad guys. It's Game of Thrones. Everyone's a bad guy.
How do you say everyone's a bad guy?
Yeah, they're all bad guys. So
it's all bad guys and bad movies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to sit through Buzz Lightyear, go for it. It's visually beautiful. Other than that, stupid.
Yeah.
But Rob liked it, so
don't
take my word for it. It's.
If you like Toy Story, you're gonna.
I love Toy Story. I just hated that.
As a kid, you were an adult with a family, probably, when it came out.
You know what I think I do want to watch? I got to finally watch part of, and I was like, oh, this might be okay. I think I want to watch the live action Lion King.
Did I watch that?
I've never watched it, but they were when we were waiting.
I did watch that
when we were rehearsing for Buzz Lightyear, getting everything staged.
Yeah,
they were doing singing. They were doing the sing along, and everyone was like, and I was like, I've never seen 1 minute of this video, and I was like, all right, I might be able to watch this. So
I thought it was
add that to my list.
Yeah.
No. Generation Gap, the game show is good.
I'm stuck so deep.
So that's the show they were watching last night.
Yeah.
And Kelly Ripa, there's a young kid and an old person, and a young kid and an old person, and they ask questions different that like the old person will know they ask the young kid, that the young kid know they ask the old person.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I went to bed. I actually went to bed.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to bed.
It's like the YouTube videos where they would give kids a record player or a Walkman and to see what they do. This is
a game for money. It's a game
okay.
for money. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So they were like, "Oh, this is awesome," and I'm like, "Awesome! All right, let's keep the TV down low. I'm going to bed."
Yeah.
They're like, "Screw you." All right, guys. Thank you so much for playing along with us tonight. We had a wonderful time. We hope you did too. Next week is Pray. But until then, we're done.
Bye. Later.